I couldn't even imagine, like, if that situation happened, my family came over, who not all of them are accepting of this type of relationship, so my family would be the best example.
Yeah.
If they came over and found out you were with us, it would be like, yeah. So
we'll
what?
all
And,
answer
like, if you have nothing nice to say, kindly leave. Kindly leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I throw your ass out of here. You can't be talking about my tribe like that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's right.
What is up? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween
Happy Halloween.
from your favorite s'more.
Spooky. This isn't spooky.
No, it's not spooky, but it's the perfect costume for a throuple.
It's true.
For Camp Throuple.
For Camp Throuple.
It's the most perfect.
Yeah, I feel like they made it for us, to be honest.
Yeah, they did.
I love it. It's comfy, cozy.
It's pretty silly.
So we went to the pumpkin patch today. That was cool.
We did.
I mean, I forget that pumpkin patches are so geared towards children.
They are, but this one had a lot more things to do. Like normally pumpkin patches, it's like, okay, go find your pumpkin. There's like a slide for kids.
Yeah.
But this one had like a corn maze. It was a little easy because it's for kids. And then you got to ride a tractor ride.
We did.
Not
That was
on the
cool.
tractor, but like a tractor pole.
That's better.
Hay ride? It wasn't hay. I kind of thought we were going to be sitting on hay.
That would have been cool. But it's probably easy to fall off.
Well, if there's no railing. Off
Look,
the hay?
Alana, I don't know. I don't know how you design your pumpkin patch, but that's not how mine's going to go. Chocolate, do you have anything to say about this?
No.
It's like I don't really care
Yeah.
about your pumpkin patches.
That's fine.
No,
I
it's
don't
good.
know.
It was fun. It was
cool.
good.
I'm a real lumpy marshmallow over here.
Yeah, you just have to kind of get used to it.
I'm just going to do this. Sorry.
I don't know if you can tell in the video of what we are sitting down. I'm afraid that I look like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? A little turd in the middle, dude.
That's our little turd.
Yeah.
Look, mine never have lines like that. So I'm hoping that people put it together. Unless they do, and then that's
Some
just
people
go see a
pinstripe their
doctor.
poop. You know what I mean?
You never know.
We're not going to get into that.
We can.
This is a Halloween
It
episode.
is
right.
not
Not a shit episode.
shit talking episode.
Right. All right.
But we're s'mores, if you couldn't tell.
We are.
A s'more. We're actually not a complete s'more because there's only one cracker.
Well, no, that's what I was saying earlier. This is the ingredients of a s'more.
yeah.
It isn't a s'more.
It's
That's
an
true.
open face s'more.
Yeah.
We
If
would
you're
just
trying to
lay
watch,
on
you're
top
like,
of
wait.
each other. Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
just get
It's
the one
a
cracker.
light s'more.
Mhm. We're a healthy s'more over here. The healthiest.
I love
We
it.
sure are.
I love it.
It's a good costume, though. I feel like, we've struggled in the past to find 3-person costumes.
Yeah.
Or the ones we found are very, like, Powerpuff Girls. There's 3 people,
Well,
but
we've
it's
thought a
all
lot,
female.
like 3 blind mice.
Three
the
mice.
butcher,
That
is
would
the,
be-
the
yeah.
butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We thought about this a lot. Huey,
Yeah.
Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah.
Right?
3 Stooges.
Three
Three
Stooges.
Stooges.
Yeah,
But then we'd have to have real funny hair
that's right.
We would. Or no hair.
or no hair.
I forget which one's bald.
I don't know, but that would be pretty hard for any of us to go into a bald cap at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we found this one. It's easy.
I am too. And I'm
like
excited
it.
about this episode. We're going to do things a little differently and start sharing stories from
Switch it
other
up.
people who have reached out to us about some of their horror stories with, I don't know if it's just polyamorous, but like relationship or dating. Dating is probably more appropriate.
We asked everyone to give us their throuple poly horror stories.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what we're going to read to you guys today.
And there was a ton
Yes.
of
There were
different people
so
who
many.
reached out, which was awesome.
Yeah.
We weren't able to select all of them.
Yeah.
So we each took 2 and we'll be kind of discussing,
Should
reacting.
we just like get into it? I'm
Let's do
kinda
it.
Excited.
Yeah, you want
Want
to kick
to?
it off?
Let's do it. All right.
All right.
I've got mine here. We are keeping everyone private,
Anonymous.
very anonymous.
Yes.
But thank you for sharing these with us.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. Number 1. I have a poly horror story.
Oh, I like the way she's speaking. Yeah, all right, let's go.
We were together as a throuple for almost a year. It all fell apart during the 2016 election. My partners were voting for opposing candidates, and it tore us apart. I was stuck in the middle, and it was really hard trying to make them both feel loved and respected when they were at odds. Politics can be hard in relationships, for sure. That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, any relationship, if you are opposing on politics, I think that can be difficult. But then to be like a neutral party and then have two partners and they're each on opposing sides, that is just...
So the 2016, I was about to say, the 2016 Olympics, no, 2016 presidential election was Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Was it those two? The 2016? I think so.
Help!
I think so, because Donald Trump won and he was president until 2020.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to I was going back every 4 years in my head. It took me a little while.
Well, and I
I'm a little
think
slow.
you can make it work unless you're very strongly on a side. Then I can see how that would be really, really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't get into politics, but I can see how that'd be
I
hard.
like
No,
how
'cause
you say that when our first story was about politics. And you're like, well, you know what? We're actually not going to get into it.
Well,
I'm not
because it
the
didn't
people.
it didn't show favor to either side. It was still a neutral story.
That's right. That's
It
right.
was from a neutral party. We're going to stay neutral as well.
Let's get into the next one.
Oh, all right.
You ready?
Go ahead. Oh, you're going to do both?
Oh, no. You guys want to switch off?
Yeah, you could do both.
Okay. The first time all three partners met in person, intimacy was about to brew. And one partner, me, whoever this is, got so nervous, had a panic attack, and puked. No intimacy occurred, only love, care, and empathy from the partners came towards me.
Man, I couldn't imagine how nervous you'd have to be to physically yak.
I feel like if it were to happen to any one of us, it'd be me.
It would. You're the puker.
I'm the puker. And I feel like I'm the panic attacker. Attacker.
She's going to get you.
She's going to get you,
Yeah,
panic.
with
You
my
better watch
panic.
out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would suck so bad. Just already, it's such a scary situation meeting people for the first time. And then you're like, now I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what's the problem? Let's go. We'll clean that up later.
Again,
What are you
you're a
doing?
dude.
You're such a dude. You're like, that's fine.
Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because we don't know the gender of any of these people. So that could have been 3 women. And
Yeah.
so I feel like in that case, women just are naturally more nurturing,
cleaning?
caretakers.
Is that what you were going to say, Alana? Is that what you were going to say, Alana?
No, it was not.
Ooh.
But you better watch yourself.
You said it, not me.
I didn't say anything. I said nurturing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like better at cleaning. I can see how he got that.
Yeah. Mixed up in his mind.
That's rough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
am
you
sorry.
puked. That's rough.
That's so damn funny, though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing
I want
that.
to know how that ended out, though. What happened next? Did you see them again?
Were you was there another date?
I am curious.
so.
You think there was another date?
I think so.
So you just meet us the first time seeing us,
Yeah.
and we're about, things are spicing up, and then Alana throws up.
Yeah.
Right in
okay, I
front of you.
also wonder, were they already naked? How close were we to intimacy?
Let's go there.
I feel
Let's-
like-
Let's go there?
let's-
Okay, we're
let's-
naked?
Yeah.
And then Alana throws up. Does
Yeah.
it hit me?
I feel like if it hit, then that would have been very important to the story. And I think this person would have shared that.
I think so too.
You know what
Because
you
that
do?
makes it another level.
You just wipe it off, rub it in.
That
It's great for exfoliation.
Stop it. You don't know what that person
needs lube?
ate. Stop. This got real bad.
Sorry, this is a spooky episode, so I'm saying spooky things.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's more gross than spooky.
Yeah, gruesome.
Some
Yeah.
movies are more gross. I feel like Saw is more gruesome and gross
Yeah.
than it is spooky, scary.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
So that's what I was going for.
Okay, well, you did a great job because I
you.
was like, "Huh."
And to answer your question, if Alana puked, I'd still want to see you again.
Thank Thank you.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What if I puked?
Yeah.
You're all no.
No, I would.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a very quiet puker. I just kind of like,
Yeah, when I
This one
when I
over
puke,
here.
it's like the goddamn The Exorcist, man. I'm getting
is.
them demons out. You know what I mean?
Very-
I
Projectile.
cry.
It's very aggressive. You do
I cry every
Everybody
time.
cries in the sense of like,
No, but I'm like sad. Like, I hate this. I can't breathe.
I hate throwing up so much.
people are like, I've heard enough. I'm about to puke just listening to this
Yeah.
episode.
What is that? Is that emetophobia?
Probably.
That's like
A
a
metaphobia?
emetophobia?
A metaphobia? It's
Fear of, like,
pukophobia.
It's like fear of throwing up or other people throwing up or something. Like if one of you tells me you're going to throw up, like you're like about to, you
Yeah.
never throw up.
I don't.
But if you were like, I'm going to throw up, it gives me like a little anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird.
Don't tell Alana when you're going to throw up.
Yeah. So anyway,
Let's keep it moving.
do you want to
go.
go or you
No,
want me
go
to go?
for it.
I'll jump in here. This first one I have is a little longer. Okay.
All right, tell it.
Gotta get my storytelling voice on. My husband and I dated a girl for about 5 months.
Your storytelling voice sounds like your normal voice.
Oh, I tell stories daily, so I just got to keep it on, you know? Anyway, don't interrupt my stories.
You're right. I apologize.
My husband and I dated a girl for about 5 months. It was going great until I started to realize she never reciprocated any intimate actions on me, though she claimed to be bisexual and be attracted to both of us. After a few months, I started to feel like there was no way she liked me at all because she was only giving my husband attention, affection, and energy. I told my husband I was getting nothing out of the relationship because I was with someone who clearly only wanted to be with him, and that defeats the purpose of a throuple. We also went into this relationship with me excited to explore my sexuality, and I ended up experiencing insane rejection from a girl who very clearly just wanted to sleep with my husband. That relationship has since ended, and while it hasn't completely closed me off to the idea of trying again, it definitely has left me feeling really hurt and confused.
I bet
Yeah.
Yeah.
that other person's just like,
That
oh
other
yeah, for
person
sure.
kinda
Mr. Steal
sucks.
Your Guy.
Yeah.
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 Mr.
Miss
Mrs. Steal Your
Steal Your
Guy.
Guy.
Miss Steal Your Guy.
Miss Steal Your Guy.
All right.
Well, and being in the position that I am in this relationship, that would have been because I was already like, I was trying to figure out my sexuality. And that already was something in the back of my head of like, is she only in this for him? Or, you know, that's kind of a fear going into it of like, I don't know how to, like, I don't know the signals of a woman being interested in me,
Yeah.
a female being interested in me. So, like, not feeling that from you, that would have been pretty tough.
Yeah.
That is
That would have been rough.
Super tough.
That is
I
very
honestly, I
horrible.
wouldn't have been into it either. Like,
Yeah.
if with you and I going into this together, especially the main point was to see if you were bi and the woman was only into me. I'd be like, get that shit off me. Get off me. Get off me.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sucks. And you're like going into something and you're trying to trust somebody because that's what they tell you. And then they're full of shit.
Yeah.
And then now that trust is broken. So if you're going to try to do that again, you're going to be like on guard.
Yeah, it's not a good situation to be
Yeah.
in.
That sucks. Whoever
Yeah.
that was.
She said they're not together. That like
No.
It
That did not work out.
ended.
that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's probably best for all parties involved
Absolutely.
because
For
that could have
sure.
divided. It could have tore up
Yeah.
the relationship. A lot of bad stuff could have happened.
Well, and
with
like
that.
you said, being the male, it's best, I think, on the male's part if they're like, you know, recognize that as well and are like, okay, this is not the situation we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Sorry
That
that,
is-
happened.
Yeah, that's brutal.
that's my story number 1. We were on our second date about a month after meeting and 2 months before our vacation to Tulum. We grew up in a conservative home featuring a preacher and career missionaries to Africa and live in a very conservative state. Halfway through the meal, a group is seated one table away. Among the group is our pastor. Kevin, you grew up in a very Christian household.
And like in the church.
In the
like,
church.
everybody knew And in a small town, I would imagine that pastor recognized them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were out on a date, say with me and Alana in your hometown of Lake Elsinore,
Yeah.
and we're sitting there having a date, and then the pastor walks in and sits at the table next to you, what do?
I acknowledge the pastor.
And
That's
then,
a man of God. What are you talking about?
And then we just...
What, am I going to ignore the chosen ones?
No, you're right. And then we just act like we're not on a triple date pretty much.
No, I wouldn't. I would say it.
You would say
Yeah, I'm
it?
not. I mean, like, I'm not in the church anymore, so
That's true.
if they saw me,
You'd be like, well, this is what you're seeing tonight.
what have you been up to?
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing.
Isn't 3 like a holy number?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just trying to be closer to God.
It would just be shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if you still belong to the church,
This is true.
you would just
Yeah.
have to move churches. You're going to be put in prayer circles.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be some church gossip. Faux show.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Was that both the stories?
Yeah, that was her stories.
Oh my God.
Yep. I gave you 2. Now you give me 2.
All right, I will give you 2. Here is my horror story voice.
Oh.
My boyfriend, now husband, and I were just starting to open things up. Decided to meet this guy we'd met online. About 10 seconds into the date, I realized the guy was the dad of one of my students, a kid I knew well, along with her mother.
Ah.
Husband and wife were still married in a traditional marriage. He was obviously cheating.
Oh, no.
But how to communicate all this to my boyfriend and try not to reveal who I was because the dad didn't realize. I think he was too nervous. I steered us to home after one drink and told him, I don't think the other guy ever figured it out. He certainly never seemed to have a clue at the many subsequent school events where I saw him. Oh, and the wife worked at the school with me.
Oh, no.
Nightmare.
Scandal.
Definitely a nightmare.
Scandalous.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Bad form. I mean, one, she's assuming that this dude didn't tell his wife. We don't know the setup that
This is
wife
true.
and husband had. Maybe they were in
I think
an
this
open
was a
marriage.
man, babe, not a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
A man is 2 men.
2 men.
And then this husband's coming to meet up with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, though. They said the husband was married in a traditional marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The husband and wife.
Yeah.
Not the person telling the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know their setup.
Yeah. They could be open and they just
Right.
never said anything.
This is
But I
true.
think he would have mentioned that in the date.
Yeah.
Or like
Probably.
up front, be like, oh, I'm also in a relationship.
I mean, that's probably the appropriate thing to do, but
it sounds like he was.
maybe he's like, it's none of your fucking business.
It sounds like he was cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
it
He was trying to
does.
cheat.
But I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I don't know these people.
I know.
But
I
yeah.
don't.
I mean, good on these guys though that were like, nope, we're done.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
because they thought that he was cheating. I think it's because she works with the wife, or he works. Sorry,
Yeah.
he works with the wife, and didn't want any drama. You don't like.
I wouldn't want
shit
any
where
of
you
that
sleep.
smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would
Yeah, yeah.
not. Even if they ended up having an open relationship, I'd be like,
It's too.
That's what I mean. It's the drama of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
situation. If they didn't work together,
Maybe,
it might not be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Again, we don't know these individuals.
We don't.
So we can't tell one way or the other.
Well, they did say this was a nightmare.
It's true.
Yeah.
So.
But that's under the assumption.
It's true. You assume what you want to assume.
But let's take it down that road. You find out that the person you're meeting up with, you recognize that this person's married. What do?
You don't.
Do you tell the wife?
No.
No. But I would probably ask that person and confront them.
I
and
would
be
confront
like,
that
hey,
person,
I
yeah.
actually know that you're married. Like, are you in an open relationship as well? Or like, what's happening? That's
Yeah.
what I would do.
What would you do?
I would do that as well. Like confront the person that you're with. Granted, if they were
Excuse me.
cheating, they might not tell you the truth.
Oh no.
But
is
that's
true.
also risky because then if that person was like, oh no, we are in an open relationship, and then you work with the wife and you're like,
Hey, I
Hey.
did your husband last night and it was awesome.
Like,
Should be like, what?
Or it wasn't, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the other part of that is, you know, this person may not be open about their sexuality. And maybe they're scared and they're trying something. And that's like a whole other topic that we are in a world where, you know, there's still so many people not accepting of that people go these routes.
Yeah. Which is still no excuse, in my opinion.
I'm not trying, I'm not
But that
saying.
is possible. That could be an explanation.
Yes.
Did you say explanation?
Yeah.
Like,
Look at, don't try to scramble my words.
Oh, man, we're getting into the
That was a
egg
bad
part.
yoke. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
oh, I don't know. It kind of cracked up Alana. All right.
Okay.
We're s'mores, not eggs. Come
You're right.
on.
You're right.
Come on.
You want some more jokes?
Hey.
Some more egg jokes? No?
Oh,
All right. All
Okay.
right.
That was stinky.
All right. That was a rotten joke.
Hey.
This is what I deal with.
Here we go. His family found out about just him and I, and he allowed his family to call me the homewrecker, a whore, bitch, and so on. Harassed me for months. He and his wife did nothing to protect me nor defend me. They hadn't told their family about how they chose to live, and I was okay with that. I didn't push. I was comfortable with the setting. We had been dating for almost a year, him and I, and her and I. It was going great. One day, family showed up out of nowhere, and you guessed it, shit hit the fan. I was devastated. They just went along with everything the family members said to me about me. Last I had heard, they are again in a throuple. I just hope they are open and treating her with respect that we all deserve.
Damn.
Brutal.
That's
Sylvester.
not cool.
If you haven't seen Sylvester, he's right here.
Yeah.
My big arms,
Little buddy.
biceps, my big stupid
Yeah.
arms are just blocking him. That's brutal.
That sucks.
Really
Also,
rough.
a wild situation, right? So I'm assuming the three of them are at home. His family members showed up. And then all of a sudden, he's the cheater with her. She's the homewrecker. But the wife was still at home when this happened. So it's like, that's a wild story to try and play off to family. Like in this situation, if my family had known about Alana and then they came over when the three of us were all here and then found out about you, it'd be like, wait, you brought her over when Alana, like I would be more questioned than automatically like attacked.
It sounds like the family just decided to throw all the blame on this other person.
Yeah. Like it seems like the husband didn't get any of the blame.
Any of it either.
If that was the case of them thinking it was these two
Like
cheating.
they were just like, you're a homewrecker, you hoe.
Yeah.
That's a wild thing though. Like
Well-
the dude, like in that situation,
Well,
like
and
he
it's
did
like,
nothing wrong.
stand by your like tribe.
Yeah.
Like you can't
Yeah.
just like what a cowardly
No, that
act.
couple is a bitch move, dude.
Yeah, such a bitch move.
Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine. Like, if that situation happened, my family came over, who not all of them are accepting of this type of relationship. So my family would be the best example.
Yeah.
If they came over and found out you were with us, it would be like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll
what?
all
And,
answer
if you
to
have
it.
if you have nothing nice to say, kindly leave. Kindly leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I throw your ass out of here. You can't be talking about my tribe like that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's right.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a
sucks.
wild move.
I'm sorry. People suck.
Some
People
people
do
suck.
suck.
Some people suck.
I'm sorry that this person who shared the story had to go through that.
Yeah. That's
And be
bummer.
put in that
What a
position.
like humiliating, crazy thing to go through.
Yeah.
And also, like, she could have at any point been like, okay, you want to go on the attack with me? Her and I have been doing it too for
Yeah.
almost a year. Same with him.
She could have, but if it's their family, then they like it's so easy for the couple to double down and be like, she's crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's just trying to make up stories now.
Hail to the no. You guys are very nice, I think, sometimes. like when
He thinks sometimes we're very
Sometimes
nice.
we had
when
to throw that
situations
in
hit
at
the
the
fan,
end.
like I get more aggressive in
Yeah.
retaliation.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, you're gonna hurt me or my family or my friends. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna double that to you
Let's go.
and yours. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's
put
like
the
I see
fists up.
red.
You're like, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I bite down them. I start talking like this.
I'm gonna protect mine.
Yeah, I have a very instinctual like protector like
Yeah.
there's in me. So if
You
somebody
do.
hurts my, it's less about me, but more about the people I love.
Yeah.
It's like I want to double the pain that you caused. You know what I mean? That's probably not the mature response.
You're so spooky right now.
I understand that, but
I think
I
it's-
get really defensive and protective with the people I love.
Yeah.
You do.
That's just, I think, a quality you have is like being very protective.
But if that was me in this situation, say one of your families came over, you two were together, and people started attacking me, I would not take the higher ground. I'd be like, really? You want to turn on me, Judas? Look at these pictures. Look at these text messages. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if you're gonna call me a home wrecker, like if the boot fits,
Yeah.
I will destroy this house and home.
That's right. That's right. Do not mess with Kevin.
Don't.
Well, I just like I'm being open. I'm
Yeah.
being real
Yeah.
about how I respond to certain situations. I'm
Yeah,
not like
you're
this
not
with
like that
every
all the
situation.
Of course.
But if people were going to hurt or like try and throw me under the bus and like
Yeah.
in a situation that's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't like that kind of stuff. And
I
like
hate
being,
that kind of stuff.
I
Yeah.
know.
Lying sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like being, what is it when
Falsely accused.
falsely accused? Yeah.
That's like your biggest nightmare, right?
It is. It's like one of your favorite movies, The Hurricane with Denzel Washington, right? He was wrongfully put into prison for years.
Yeah.
He took a very stoic approach, and I appreciate that. But or like Shawshank Redemption, right? He was put into prison for and he didn't do the crime. That kind of stuff
Yeah.
is like the
Like your
worst.
worst nightmare.
What's your worst nightmare?
My worst nightmare. Sorry, I've had my hands inside. this
Was
whole
it cozy?
It was, yeah.
It's just a comfy little marshmallow.
Yeah. Plus, I was able to puff it out and look like an actual marshmallow. Marshmallow. My worst nightmare is, and I'll explain a little bit, but kind of the overall thing is losing my mind.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, my paternal grandmother had Alzheimer's. So by the time I was born, like I never had a relationship with her because she already was basically gone. Like she didn't pass away until I was in first grade. So I was like 6 or 7. But I just, for that many years did not really have her own mind.
Yeah.
And my maternal grandfather had dementia. And that ultimately, he passed away from that. And so having that on both sides is a little nerve wracking. And I know there's tests and stuff that you can figure out if you have that gene or whatever. But that's a very spooky thing for me, like a legitimately spooky thing
That
where
makes sense.
you are still, I don't even know. Like we could get so woo-woo on this of if you're even still in your body, like your soul is still with you at that point, because like it's almost like walking zombies at times.
Yeah.
Like the way that my grandmother was at the end, my grandpa had to go to the home she was in every single day, multiple times a day to feed her because you don't remember to eat.
Yeah.
Like you're just that far gone.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's my biggest nightmare. Like
I mean, that's scary
Yeah,
as
it's
shit.
crazy.
Yeah,
it
that's
is,
terrifying,
right?
For sure.
These diseases that can overcome you are just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, that got a little dark there.
I mean, this
This
is
is spooky
a
episode.
spooky episode.
It is. Now you have to
What
go.
about you? You're like, when someone puts mother effing ketchup on my hot dog.
When people eat my food cold, I hate that. I do actually hate that.
That's not a nightmare though.
I don't actually have a specific, like, worst fear. Personally, like, there's not one thing I can pin
What
it.
about falling off a boat in the middle of the ocean? There's a bunch of sharks around you.
You're not really big on the ocean.
No, I probably wouldn't put myself in that situation. So
I don't think people just put themselves in that situation, I think shit happens and you fall off a boat.
I mean, where are you standing? What are you doing? You drunk? Don't do that.
Babe,
And then-
you have not watched enough movies. There are things in the ocean called waves, and sometimes when a big ass wave hits your boat, people fall off
They just
the boat.
fly off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't have a specific one. I used to be really afraid of like just dying in general, but as I've gotten older, I'm kind of like, whatever, dog. It's cool.
gonna
Pain.
happen.
I'm not good with pain, so like a painful death, that scares
That's
me.
still scary.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
suffering.
Yeah, it was like the death part. I mean, you don't feel anything.
Yeah, not the
once you
death
die,
part, but the
like
suffering up
being tortured or
to-
something.
I wouldn't like
Maybe
that very
torture
much.
would be
You know what
because you
you-
don't like pain.
Yeah, torture would be bad.
You
Yeah.
know what you've talked about too is like getting stuck in small spaces. So if you were in a cave or like crawling through and you kind of got stuck.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that very
Yeah,
much.
Like
you've talked about that of like being,
127 hours.
Where he has to rip his own arm off.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't think he rips it off. I think he chisels it off with
oh
his
my God.
I never
dull
watched
blade.
it.
I didn't either, but you're a tough guy. I
Panic
could never do
attack.
that. I would just die.
You're a tough guy.
Hey, take it from the cracker.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
Just take me. Take me away.
Take me away.
You'd be like, all right, well, this is how I end. I'm just
because-
stuck here because I'm definitely not going to chisel my arm off.
Yeah.
Again, I did not watch the movie, but if you go through the process of that, you're also like, you're taking a high chance of dying from that, from bleeding out and dying
Absolutely.
from having to do that. So I'm like, how would I want to die is basically how you have to think about that situation.
Yeah.
What about that movie with Ryan Reynolds where he wakes up in a coffin?
Oh,
you see that? I think it was
man.
Buried. I think that's the name.
No, I haven't seen that.
He
I
like
didn't watch it.
something happens and he wakes up and he's like trapped and he can't move. It's pitch black and he's like, losing oxygen. And then he like feels something and there's a phone and there's like a message or somebody kidnapped him and put him underground in this coffin. And like he's trying to get out and like tries to claw out and rips his fingernails off. And there's only like a few inches from his face in the box and it's getting really hot. He's losing air. And
I'm going to have a panic attack just hearing this.
Attack it, Alana. Attack it.
Attack that panic. Hadouken.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'm not good
Tell us
with small spaces.
your worst fears, guys. Let's hear some people's worst fears in the comments. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling a little dark.
Just read these at night. Be like, oh, guys, this is a good one. I didn't even think about this one. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
Yeah.
Well, you'd probably realize, like, oh, that's also one of my biggest fears.
Yeah.
I think I just
Yeah.
can't think of them, but I'm sure there's a whole bunch.
So if you guys have nightmare fuel, just feel free to
Yeah,
put them in the
fuel
comments
us
and
with it.
we'll stay up all night reading them
Yeah,
and
sounds
being
awesome.
terrified.
Great. This is
And if you
great.
haven't subscribed, please do that as well.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all. But I'm about to go carve a pumpkin. I don't know about you guys.
Let's do
I
it.
think it's
A little
time.
jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
We bought a pumpkin beer. We don't really drink, but we
don't.
bought like 8 different kinds of pumpkin beer
Just to
So-
test them.
just to try them out.
A little
It'll-
sip and savor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
We're not going to try them all today because that's
No.
even
We're
still
gonna get
so
pumpkin
many.
wasted. We're gonna be throwing up pumpkin innards.
Let's do it.
Crazy.
I'm in.
Yeah. All right.
guys.
All right. Well,
It's been
lights
real.
out.
Lights out, y'all.
Lights
Talk to you
out.
later.
Bye.
Bye.